Good morning, believers. Good morning, Israel. It's your brother JD Najib. Word of Truth with Jeff DeLoach. Burp, burp. Ooh, special effects. Huntington Beach, California, world famous surf city. Cloudy, a little drizzly out here today. I was hoping it would rain like hell so I wouldn't have to go mow lawns, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Good morning. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being with me this morning. Thank you. So, man, I love listening to Tony Williams because he's such a strong-willed, arrogant little booger. I think that's one of the things that I've learned in the last 4 to 6 months is that I'm going back to the knowledge I had when I was in some previous lives that, that being that the Lord's going to make me say what I'm going to say to whoever I say it to, whoever's listening. And it's starting to come back to me now that it's going to be the same thing probably as all the other times. I can't expect it to be any different, being that I am the same spirit that I was back then. But bringing that up, that issue of returning, and returning time and time again, I say, time and time again. Yeah, some of us, I was listening to Elder Apostle Tahar, and even for how much I dislike their general doctrine of black power and only the Israelites and we got 100% truth, they say some really just ridiculous, inciting things, racist things about the white man, and they know the Bible pretty well concerning some of these doctrines about hell. Most Bible scholars believe now that there is no perpetual burning place where Satan has a pitchfork and the devil's down there poking you and making your tongue burn out of your mouth. And there's some hell places. There's some hell places. Spiritually is the only way you can. Everything's going to be spirit. Once our bodies are gone, it's all spirit anyway. So, but anyway, just remember that. That's the easiest way to stay on course when you're studying the Bible is think of things as a spiritual. The good and evil is, the evil is the flesh. The evil is the material world. The good is the spirit. The good is what's the beautiful part of your consciousness. That's the spirit. So try and remember that when you're reading the Bible, that especially the stuff Jesus said, he's not speaking to people that don't understand. He's speaking to those who do understand, and he's hoping that you're spiritual enough to understand these things. So, Tony, well, when I was talking about vocab Malone, sorry, I have I only have so much time, and it's like I want to say these things. They were talking about regeneration, reincarnation, and vocab Malone is you can, when you watch this video, if you watch it, it's on Elder Apostle Tahar's channel. Elders in Transit. It'll pop up. It's all small cap. Elders in Transit 3, I think. Tahar was showing the videos from vocab Malone speaking with some Hebrew Israelites about reincarnation and regeneration. And it's interesting to watch his mind wipe before your very eyes. He's been trained to believe a certain thing, and he is so stuck on what he learned in school. And it was a very interesting. I don't usually like to hear the arguing and this and that, and the Hebrew Israelites did a good job of not getting angry. So that was a good example for me to stay calm and know that I know what I know, and I'm not gonna get shaken up and disturbed by false teachings, because it's out there everywhere right now. But vocab Malone was getting really angry because the Hebrew Israelites said, well, if you don't get it, if you can't receive it, then let's move on to something else. And vocab's all, well, no, over here it says this, and his big argument is, no one in Christianity believes that. No, there is no teaching on reincarnation. The Bible has never been taught that way. We in the Christian community, we Christians. It's like, dude, you're giving your people a bad name. The problem with not understanding regeneration, I'm going to go into this again. There's a lot of problems with not believing in regeneration. I could start pontificating on all the reasons why it doesn't fit the character of God to put you down here for 80 years and that's all you get, and then you have to be judged. You get 60 years. Some people only get 40 years. Some people die when they're 5. They're going to get judged. They're going to judgment takes place over many turns here. Boom, 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 boom. And, some of the scriptures that make me think of how it happens is, and let those who are wicked continue to be wicked, and let those who are righteous continue to be righteous. Let them that steal continue to steal. Let them. Basically, what that's saying is that the spirit you originally had before the foundation of the world, when you were in the spirit realm and the Lord created you as a human spirit, a spiritual monster is what a human is. Because we have a high functioning spirit in a low functioning material body. We're in these dirt suits, these shit bags or whatever you call them, where the poop comes out. Yesterday I got a little buzzed, man. I was like, that's not a good thing. I gotta get a grip on myself. I'm having fun. I had a lot of fun this weekend playing around with the women and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not satisfying. I wake up today and it's back to work, and I don't know. I don't get the same enjoyment. But anyway, let's read some scriptures. Tony Baloney's always over here in chapter 24, because it talks about the end. And when Jesus is talking about the signs of the end of the times, see, Tony Baloney, he thinks we're going to get out of here without any bullshit, any pain, any suffering. And it's the Bible is so full of contradiction to that belief system. It boggles the mind that he's a lot like Vocab Malone. Once you learn rapture, and I used to believe in rapture. I did. I was very hopeful that, I was going to be so special that I got to be separated from all these fools out here. I'm going to be different. I'm going to get to go with the good people. You're going to have to stay with the bad people. That is so, as my spiritual understanding has grown, that is so awful. The Lord hates that thought. You're going to abandon somebody. You're going to go ahead and go because you know better. And see, I'm getting to that point now where I know better, not for me. I know better for you. And that's the whole point of the Bible. That you know better, you know what spirit, you know what life is about, and the Lord gives that to you, and He gives you understanding of this book, so you can be more loving, more caring, more giving. That's the truth. He wants you to love each other. And so, one thing that's been really beautiful in my life recently is I can have fun with the women again. I can enjoy people's. I really have been enjoying people's company. In ways that seem so different than I was a few years ago when I was under the spell of the narcissist, and I was confused and angry and short-sighted and mean-spirited and doubtful. And so this love that I've reinvested in myself and in you has helped me at least feel better about how I interact with people. And I'm a lot clearer on what I want and what I don't want. But anyway, signs of the end. And Jesus went out, 24:1, Matthew 24:1. Signs of the end. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and His disciples came to Him to show Him the building of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. What's He talking about, folks? Lovely people. The stones are us. We are the temple. We are the temple. We are the stone. We are the precious stones of the temple. He is the chief cornerstone, and we build on that. So what He's saying is, there's not one of us is going to escape without getting cast down. Thrown down, cast down, fallen angels. If you're part of the temple, if you're part of the kingdom, if you have an angelic spirit, a spirit of a saint, you're part of the temple. And what's Jesus telling His disciples? He's going, ain't no nigga not gonna fucking get thrown down. So there you go, right off the bat. We're more likely to get slapped down than we are to get beamed up. And the Bible says that over and over again. You can't get beamed up till you realize you've been cast down. And you need to repent. You need to know that you were obnoxious and disobedient and stiff-necked and hard-hearted towards your Creator. That's what you repent from. I'm sorry, Lord, that I didn't give you all preeminence. Let me continue. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when these things will be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world. World, age, end of the age, end of the age. Why is that word so hard? Why does that word really fuck a lot of people up? Salakia. Why does that word really confuse people? Because they think that the world's going to end all at once. This world has been done for a while. It's the end of the age. And the end of the age means when you age out, when enough souls have come back here enough times that there's not going to be no more changing anything. Those who steal, let them continue. Let them who are righteous be righteous still. Let them who are wicked be wicked still. It's set. And that's what's really weird about being a prophet is in these times, it's so late in the game. There's really no one. I don't know. It doesn't seem like anyone's changing their belief system to fit the Bible. No one's actually out here listening going, you know what? I need to read the book and I need to find the right people that are saying the right things. Because it's not all about bombs and false prophets, and it's not about the things going on out here. And Jesus says that. Listen to him. He says, take heed that no man deceive you. Right off the bat. They're all, what's going on? When's this shit going to end? What can we look for? Well, let me tell you. Before he does. What to look for? What are we looking for? A lot of lies, a lot of deception, a lot of bullshit, a lot of people that are very good at selling you something, convincing you of something that's not true. So that's one of them. The word of the Lord's going to be of no regard. People are going to go, don't tell me about regeneration. Don't tell me about spiritual things. Don't tell me about love and God, the creator. And don't tell me about the earth being hell, being a pit. Don't tell me about it. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me about judgment. Prophesy to me nice things. Tell me I'm going to get beamed up in a tractor beam and the Lord's going to be up there. We're going to kumbaya and watch all these wicked people get burned. That's what I want to hear. Tell me about the wicked people. Well, you are a wicked person if you're thinking that way. You got to hear the truth. It's not a hard yoke. Let me continue. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars. Okay, so many people are going to say that they're God, or they're... And even I say that. I'm Christ-like because I have that spirit. He's my brother. But I'm not him. I found out that the hard way. I'm not him. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and shall deceive many. And you shall have wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So he's mixing timelines. He's saying, you're going to see these things in a framework of time. Wars, rumors of wars. You're going to see this a lot. But even though it seems like the world's ending because we have the ability to blow the roof off this fucking playpen, he's also saying the end is already come. The end has come. The end has come. Um, Basically, what he's saying is don't get caught up in the physical because, listen, and the nations shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there'll be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So we're seeing that. We're seeing the pestilences, the worldwide pandemics, the food is getting scarce. It's getting defiled to the point where, is it even food? What are we eating? Earthquakes, we know that. And these are the beginnings of sorrows. So, right there, the beginning of sorrows. What are the sorrows? The sorrows are these birth pangs of prophecy. It's what makes me do this every day. I'm sad. I'm hurt. I'm confused. I'm confounded. Lost a little bit. Serious. I mean, I'm not one of those guys that's going to tell you, hey, man, this is all good. And sometimes I come off that way. Well, if only you were me, you'd be all right. You would know the truth. And man, I know I come off that way sometimes, but that's just to hide all that sadness and fear, the sorrow that that being here brings. The sorrow that being on this earth brings is it's a bittersweet pill here. These are the beginnings. This is just the beginning of sorrows. So, does that mean that we're not going to have to go through famines, pestilences, earthquakes, people against people, kingdom against kingdom? That's just the beginning of your pain, Tony Baloney. You don't. If I could ask him one question, I would say, you don't feel sad and sorrowful, Tony Baloney? Why can't you feel the same pain I feel? Why aren't you confounded? Oh, that's because I'm watching and I'm ready to be raptured. I'm not going to fall for this stuff. I'm not going to let it make me sad. This is the happiest days of the world. Blah, 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 blah. Well, Jesus says it's sorrow. We're not happy. I listen to what he says, not you, Tony. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and they shall kill you. Kind of fucking stomps on rapture, doesn't it? Then they're going to deliver you up and kill you. Do I have any doubt that not only are they going to be calling me racist on some made-up channel by some loser that can't show their face, some coward that's lying about me. That's just the beginning. That's just spit on that. I don't care about that. Let me see what I got. They're going to deliver you up and kill you. It says, Jesus says, they're going to deliver you up and kill you. That doesn't sound like rapture to me. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. People will say, like Tony Williams will say, well, I must be doing the right thing because a lot of people are coming against me. Tony, you don't realize a lot of people are coming against you because they know better than you, dude. You think you know. And you're not that smart, bro. You're not dumb, but you don't get it. And then many shall be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. That's the part where I'm trying to understand that being mean and hateful out here, that's not me. And I think that's part of why these devils came against me for most of my life. They know who I am. And they wanted to make me so bitter and so ruined that I wouldn't be effective. And of course, it's worked to a point because 174 subscribers. I mean, either they're totally blocking me out or people just don't want to hear the truth. I don't know which one. That's not my biggest worry, but it's very interesting how no one wants to just sit and listen to someone talk truth to them. It's not in vogue. I have to do something provocative and literally insane of some type of bread and circuses to get someone to watch my channel, or someone that just wanders on it and goes, "Oh, I like this guy's just talking to me like normal. He's not. Who is this guy?" And I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't want to be some videographer. I'm not here to do videos. I'm here to teach the Bible. So if you're upset that I don't like comb my hair and pluck my nose hairs or whatever it is that bugs everyone, look at the camera. It's me. It's JD Nija. I'm here to look at the camera and hold on. I gotta look down to read, and then I'll be back. I'll be back. JD Nija, Word of Truth.